I'm Pat Whalen. This is yet another MCU podcast series. Let's get to it.
Makes you sound super smart.
On June 9th, the latest Marvel television series, Loki, will premiere on Disney+. Here's everything you should know before checking out the latest chapter in the MCU. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, the God of Mischief is tasked by the Time Variance Authority to fix the broken timeline. According to the trailer, Loki travels through various places in time, altering human history as a dystopic ruler, and even stepping into the identity of the infamous hijacker D.B. Cooper. Let's take a step back and figure out how we got here. If you recall, Loki was born on Jotunheim to King Laufey of the Frost Giants. As part of a peace agreement, Odin, king of Asgard, took the boy to live with his family. Loki grew up on Asgard in the shadow of his brother Thor. In 2011's Thor, Loki discovers his true identity and schemes to take over the throne. After being defeated, he next appears in 2012's Marvel's The Avengers, leading Thanos' Chitauri invasion of New York, before, again, being stopped by the Avengers. In Thor: The Dark World, Loki is now in prison on Asgard for both his crimes. When the Dark Elves, led by the evil Malekith, attack, Loki is reluctantly freed by his brother Thor. In the battle against Malekith, Loki fakes his own death and escapes, but it's soon revealed that he has deposed Odin and is personating the king. Thor eventually discovers this trickery. In 2017's Thor Ragnarok, Loki finds his way to the Grand Master's planet, serving as a friend and advisor to the ruler. Unfortunately, for Loki, Thor and Hulk both find themselves on the planet as well. Loki eventually teams up with Thor, Hulk, and Valkyrie to defeat Hela, and ultimately unleash Ragnarok, the cycle of destruction and rebirth on Asgard. As the group, along with the remaining Asgardians, head to Earth, they are stopped by Thanos and his forces. Thanos defeats Thor and Hulk, and actually kills Heimdall and Loki. So how is Loki getting a show if he was killed by the Mad Titan? During the events of the time heist in Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark and Scott Lang botched the theft of the Tesseract, which contains the Space Infinity Stone. Loki, now in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody following the events of the Battle of New York, picks up the cube and disappears into time and space. It's this Loki, the variant, the one that has yet to experience the events of Dark World, Ragnarok, and Infinity War, that we will follow in the Disney Plus series. Now, as an aside, with interest in the character increasing, Loki began to be written with an anti-hero-like charm. Marvel even went so far as to retcon the character's actions, saying he was mind-controlled during the events of Thor and Avengers. While never perfectly good, this image refresh certainly helps make the character more marketable. In the series, Tom Hiddleston will reprise his role as the Trickster God. He's joined by Owen Wilson, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and Wunmi Mosaku as Time Variance Authority agents. Michael Waldron has been tapped to create and write the series. Waldron previously served as an assistant writer on Community and as a writer on a handful of Harmon Quest and Rick and Morty episodes. I highly anticipate references to Dan Harmon's other works being peppered throughout this 6-episode series. Kate Herron will direct the entire first season. She's most known for directing several episodes of Sex Education on Netflix. On the comic book front, Loki was created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby in the pages of Journey into Mystery number 85 in 1962. Loki has consistently been at odds with Thor, who debuted just a few issues prior. For more than 50 years, Loki did battle with Thor, the Asgardians, and the Avengers. In more modern times, however, the character has evolved to fit the interests of the readers and appear closer to his film counterpart. Following his death during the events of the Siege Event series, Loki is reincarnated as a young boy. This kid Loki joined the Young Avengers alongside Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, Miss America, Wiccan, and Speed. Loki's role with the TVA is not the first time he runs missions for others. In the comic, Loki, Agent of Asgard, he is tasked by the All-Mother with various missions, including repatriating several Asgardians back home. Throughout the journey, he befriends an Earthling and faces an evil version of himself. Along with Kid Loki, the Mischief God has also taken on the appearance of a woman. It appears we may see some of these alternate versions in the Disney Plus series. The TVA actually dates back all the way to Thor number 372 in 1986. TVA is tasked with monitoring the multiverse and has the ability to delete timelines if deemed too dangerous. Owen Wilson's Mobius M. Mobius is a middle manager in the TVA who, on a number of occasions, has had to discipline the Fantastic Four for their violations of time travel etiquette. Mobius's design was originally based on Mark Grenwald, a longtime Marvel writer and editor who was known as the Master of Continuity. Interestingly enough, in the comics, Mobius has a subordinate named Mr. Tesseract. Given Loki's connection to the Tesseract, I wonder if we'll see the junior level staffer pop up in this series. We previously recommended a handful of Loki stories in our Thor, Dark World, and Ragnarok videos, which you can find here on YouTube, but we still need to leave you with something. So check out Vote Loki from 2016. We can already see in the trailer that Loki attempts to run for president of the United States at some point in the show. That storyline and the costume designs and imagery are pulled directly from Vote Loki. Admittedly, mainstream comics don't typically handle satire well, and they've recently missed the mark on discussing presidential elections, but this series is different. Thanks for watching. I hope this answered some of your questions before heading into Loki. Let us know if we missed any, and come back after you watch the first episode to let us know what you think. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps this channel grow. As always, I'm Pat Whalen with yet another MCU podcast on Forgotten Entertainment. We'll see you next time.